How do I feel about men that cry? If you would have asked me that before I met my girlfriend, I would say, oh, they're a baby back bitch, right? Like a soy boy milk drinking little baby, right? I swear to God, I've cried almost every single day, like since she's been in boot camp. Like somebody asked me the other day if I was okay, like IRL. It was kind of embarrassing actually. It was a coworker, and I was like, no, I'm not okay, and I just broke down.
That cry? I think it's normal. It's human.
Yeah,
Crying makes you feel better.
absolutely
If you're a
human.
man that cries, it's not any different from a woman that cries.
It really isn't. But
Like I hate it whenever
lot of
men say
men-
like that it's weak to cry. It pisses me off because like you need to cry. It's an emotion. You have to do it. Holding it
Yeah,
in is
but
gonna
what
make
I've
your emotions
noticed-
10 times worse.
Yes, but what I've noticed, especially with me, we don't like crying in front of other people. That is why we say it is weak. But instead we cry alone, where nobody can hear us.
I think it's okay to cry. It's a good thing, Men's mental health is a really big problem right now. I think that men can cry whenever they want to, If women can cry, men should be able to do the same, I feel like you shouldn't be demasculinized. I feel like you shouldn't feel like less of a man just because you cry. I feel like the fact that men crying being like a problem, being like normalized, I feel like that's a bigger problem than the actual men crying.
Men that cry. Acceptable at funerals and the Grand Canyon. If God makes a big hole in the earth, I can respect it, I mean, come on. It's one of those things where, like, you're not supposed to cry in baseball. I don't know, get your crap together. I don't think it's good to bottle it by any means, but I don't know, don't make it my problem either, Like, they'll walk up to me like I'm Dr. Phil, and it's like, I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm just some cunt with a VR headset, I think a lot of people need counseling, but counseling is expensive.
Men that cry? I don't know. I don't remember the last time I've seen a guy cry. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It happens, man. We cry. It happens. I mean, I do cry, but like I don't remember the last time I cried.
Okay, hell yeah. So it's called Humans of VR. Go to his channel on YouTube and give him a follow.
Last thing that made me cry. I'm gonna have to dig for that. Let's see. Let me think. Shit, how long ago was it? I'm trying to think. I think the last time I cried was like 4 years ago. Yeah, just a little long. I think it's because one of my friends passed away.
I think it's okay to be in touch with your emotions because not necessarily like bottling it all up, but it's like I think it will come out eventually, and it might come out in a way that you don't intend to. Like if you're sad all the time and you're like me and my girlfriend, right? It's like a lot of the time I'd be sad when I was thinking about her going to boot camp, but I wouldn't bring that up because I didn't want to bum her out. And then we'd get into some like little minuscule argument or something, and then it's like I just bring all of it out at once, and she's like, whoa, like where did all this come from? And it's I think it is important not only to cry when you feel like crying, but to discuss your feelings. You would have asked me a year ago what I thought about mental health, and I would have told you it's made up. Depression, that's made up. Like it's mumbo jumbo. It's like it's all something. It's like, oh, just don't be sad and that kind of thing. But you ask me now, I'd say it's very real. And I'd say men that cry, I'd say that they were in tune and in touch with their emotions. And I don't want to sound like Gandhi, but it's like just be kind to one another. It's like you never know. It's like at what point would you want to make somebody's day worse in any way?
Yeah, I'd say it's because we have like a higher, like when it comes to pain at least, I feel like we have a higher tolerance because with me, it takes a lot for me to cry because of like pain that I'm in, because I'm not trying to make this stereotypical, but I've horrible cramps every month, and that's shit, like I have to be medicated for it. It's horrible. And so like high tolerance when it comes to pain. Normally it's like an emotional thing that happens. Like they'll cry because like, oh, their boyfriend did this, or like one of their friends, like something happened to them or some shit like that.
I think the idea of like being macho, being like a like a manly man, I think like it kind of it went a little too far to the point where like toughness, like, oh, I don't cry because nothing hurts me kind of thing, But then it got to the point where women started thinking that like, oh, so just men can't cry or else they're feminine. So then like it just started getting, that idea started just kind of, it's like snowballed. Yeah, kind of like snowballed, where it just like kind of kept going and going and going and getting bigger of an issue, Yeah, I mean, I cry. I try not to, but like I do, Sometimes it's unavoidable, and you shouldn't even because it is unavoidable sometimes. Just because you need to cry sometimes, you shouldn't like think it's a bad thing. You should be able to comfortably cry.
Okay, buddy.
Like I cried last night. I saw all the sadcore TikToks. And
Oh no, it's the TikToks at night. That's what hits different.
Yeah, except for me, it wasn't at night. For me, for some reason, it showed up at like 4:00 in the evening. Yeah, so like I just started bawling,
They say it's okay, but it's like I've never cried in front of a girl I showed interest to. You know what I'm saying? It's like the only women who have seen me cry is like my mom. my sister. Those are the only people who've seen me cry. And they, they say it's okay. They say it's good too. But I get pissed off when I cry. Like, I get pissed at myself for crying. I just feel stupid. That troubling, making someone think they're the reason why it's happening. I don't know. I think I get mad at myself for crying, and then I'm like, why am I crying? That's stupid. And then it's just like a circle.
I remember one time I was so emotional, like it was my time of the month and shit. And my mom ran into my room because she heard me crying because she thought a guy broke my heart. It's just because someone died in a movie, and I sobbed for like 20 minutes. My mom genuinely thought someone fucking hurt me.
Yeah, when it comes to movies like that, instead of crying, I laugh at how stupid they are. It's true though.
Shut your mouth. I'm a good
No.
person. Yeah, it's okay. It's out of friendship.
Don't stress the things that you can't change. Like, don't think about things you can't change. Focus on the things you can change. Because there's no point in dwelling on something that can't be changed, like your face or something like chronic acne or like something genetic. Like, don't focus on that because that makes you you. That's unique about you. You shouldn't want to change it and be like everybody else. You should want to be you because you're the best you that you can be. Right? If you don't like something, like you're not like if you don't think you're muscly enough, right? Then that's something you could change, you know. But like if you're like, oh, I don't like the way my nose looks or something, you shouldn't like go out of your way and like spend money and do all these things to try to make it so this thing is fixed because that's what makes you you. That's what's unique about you, right? You're one in a 7 billion, right? You're 1 in 8 billion. It's like 8 billion now, I think. Yeah, you're 1 in 8 billion, and that's special, and that's you. And nobody else can be you, and nobody else can look like you because that's you. You are you, and you are the perfect you. So don't focus on the things that you can't change. Focus on the things that you can.
I might be cancelled for terrible ideas because let's go.
Everybody
it's pretty
cries.
emotionally aware. Yeah, right. Everybody cries. It's a pretty healthy thing to do. Like it's like saying, what if a woman cried? You know, it just happens when you're emotionally too heavy, too many burdens in you. Gotta let it out. What about you, Drag? What do you think?
I just told you everybody cries. Why is that even a question?
Yeah, it's obviously generalization. My family, they go back maybe like 1980s kids, like my uncles and shit. They're very against that kind of thing. It's just the emotional differences from men back then to men now. You gotta like break the pattern and just understand that gotta be mentally aware of yourself. Mental health's a big deal. Yeah.
I feel like they are more in tune with their emotions than I am, for example. I don't know. Than a lot of guys. I feel like a lot of guys are raised to like be macho man, not cry, not supposed to cry. So, I feel like they have better control or just have more knowledge of their emotion. I laugh. I replaced my cry with a laugh. It works for me, I feel like it definitely depends on who you are. Me, comedy is just like a huge thing. And I always felt better making people laugh than cry. So instead of crying, I don't see why not to laugh.
No, it all depends on the guy. Really, I've had a couple of guys like I'll be on call with them and they start breaking down and I have to make sure that they're okay because it catches me really off guard. But other than that, I haven't really seen too many guys cry in front of me.
And for any like religious people out there, I'm a Christian, like that's the way God made you, right? If you're a Christian, this message speaks to you. That's the way God made you. You shouldn't want to change God's plan for you, right? You shouldn't go out and get plastic surgery to change the way you look because that's you. And that's you're wonderfully and uniquely made. Emphasis on the wonderfully. You're wonderful no matter what you look like. You're beautiful no matter what you look like because nobody else can be you. You're unique, and that's what makes you beautiful.
I don't know, man. It's like the cashier at the gas station. I was picking up a pack of smokes, and they just they kind of saw me. They're just like, "Is everything all right?" And it's like just that little question, man, that meant the world to me because it's like this guy that's just working at the gas station, watching like so he took a second to just he saw in my face that that everything wasn't okay, and he thought that he'd ask because he sees me every week or so, and it's I don't know it's like just be kind. It's free. It's so easy to do, and it's to answer the base question, I think men who cry are in touch with their emotion, and that if they cry it means that they have something that they care about a lot, and everybody should have something that they care about a lot.
Kindness is contagious. When you are kind, you inspire others. Be the spark. Spreading kindness merchandise available now.